Hi, Steve here. I've been meaning to make a video on cooperative in Kenya. Yeah, I've been meaning to make them. So I'll start with simple stuff. Basically, what is a cooperative, the registration, the types of cooperatives that we have, blah blah blah, and all that. So, what is a cooperative? According to ICA, that is International Cooperative Alliance, a cooperative is an autonomous association of people who have gathered in a voluntary way in order to satisfy the economic needs as well as social and cultural aspirations by means of a jointly owned and democratically controlled enterprise. So basically we are saying that a cooperative is an autonomous, that is an independent body of people who have come together. So it's an association of people who have come together voluntarily so that they join hands to satisfy their economic, social and cultural aspirations through owning one business, and that business is run democratically. That's the ICA definition of a cooperative. And there are advantages. There are advantages, and also, of course, there are disadvantages of cooperative society. And one of the advantages of a corporate society, we normally say that they are easy to form. They are easy to form. The minimum number required to register a society is 10. If you are 10, you can register a SACCO. You know, a SACCO is just one type of a cooperative society. Also, another advantage of corporate society is service motives. Cooperatives are registered to serve their members. The purpose of coming together is so that you satisfy your economic, social and cultural aspirations through a jointly owned and democratically controlled venture. The other advantage of corporate society is democratic management. Cooperatives are democratically managed, meaning that the majority of members give directions for the society. Members in a general meeting elect the leaders. They approve the budget, the audited accounts, they appoint the bankers. They also appoint the auditors of the society. They elect the supervisory committee of the society also. Another advantage of a corporate society is limited liability, that a member is liable up to their shareholding. That's why you see all those buildings on vehicles. For example, we can say Mwalimu Savings and Credit Cooperative Society Limited. Although CAP 490, that is Cooperative Societies Act, also allows for registration of cooperatives with unlimited liability. But having worked in this industry for a long time, I've never come across a cooperative society with unlimited liability. Another advantage of a cooperative is government patronage. Not just government, and also other developing or development partners. They prefer working with cooperatives because of the legal framework, the way cooperatives are structured within the economy. Another advantage of a corporate society is perpetual succession, that once you register a cooperative society, that cooperative society will outlive also the members who the original who originally registered the society. The society will be there. Other members will come in, admitted as per the bylaw, and they will also continue running the society. Another advantage of a corporate society is the economic operations. That once you join, you're expected to contribute. You're expected to also to apply for loans. The society, of course, is expected to grant you loans. If there will be any surplus, that surplus is distributed equitably. Another advantage of a corporate society is no obstruction for membership. We don't have, we have a minimum, which is 10, but there are no maximum. That's why you find Unitas, Harambee Sacco, Mwalimu Sacco with so many members, over 30,000, 50,000, even 100,000. So there's no obstruction for membership. We don't have a maximum number of members. Another advantage of a corporate society is surplus is shared amongst the members equitably. There are three things, for example, that SACCO pays their member. One is dividends. Dividends is paid on share capital, and two, interest on deposit. Interest on deposit is paid on the member savings or the deposits of the member as at a particular financial year. So that is those are the advantages. There are many others. You can look for them. Anything with advantages, there are disadvantages also. One of the disadvantages of a corporate society is limited resources, and of course that one is overcome by admitting more members. You see, the bigger the membership, the lower the burden. You can imagine, probably because we need 10 members to register a society, if 10 were to register and they contribute 500 shillings per month, you see that one, we can say they are limited resources. But if you have 10,000 members contributing 500 shillings per month, that's a lot of money that can be borrowed by quite a number of members and do development. Another disadvantage of corporate society is absence of motivation because of we call it red tape, bureaucracy. But it's also good because it protects the membership. For example, if a society would wish to amend the bylaws, that is the article of association, what they do is that they have to inform their members through a notice. It's a 15-day notice, and during that meeting, one of the agendas, of course, is going to be amendment of bylaws, and of course in that meeting there must be a quorum. Without a quorum, then that meeting cannot be legally binding. Once members have agreed that with that amendment that has been proposed, they can make changes or they can accept it, the amendment as it is, and then the same is taken to the sub-county cooperative office and then to commissioner's office for registration. Another disadvantage of cooperative is inefficient management, and this is huge. This is huge because most times those that come together to register a cooperative society, they are not experts in these fields. They are not accountants. They could not be. Possibility is that some are not accountants. They don't have any business background. These are just people who have a need, and they feel that they come together, they work together towards a certain goal to satisfy their economic, social, and cultural aspirations. But normally this one is normally the inefficient management is normally overcome through training. Through training. The officials that are elected after registration, they are normally taken through training on how so that they understand what a cooperative society is and how the business of a cooperative society is supposed to be carried out. Thank you.